All right, everybody. That was that was probably all she wrote. You guys know that I am not one to give up until it's all over, but after what we just saw transpire about 5 minutes ago in SoFi Stadium, it's getting pretty close to that, and I don't feel any need to pretend otherwise. Rams win. It's a game that comes down to the final minute, comes down to the final seconds, and we don't get what we need. And when you combine that with what happened earlier today, well, I uh, I don't see much happening here. I don't think we're gonna get the breaks that we need over the next week plus for the Seattle Seahawks to find a place in the postseason. I just don't. And we got to be real about that. I decided that I wasn't going to make any videos earlier today. I usually always make at least one video a day, and I usually post a video early in the morning, about 9 o'clock. And I just decided, you know what, today I'm just going to let things speak for themselves until the results are in. Yeah, my mouth is still killing me, by the way. It really hurts to talk. So I didn't want to have to record a bunch of videos anyway. But I got to go ahead and say something about this because that was devastating and it probably closed the door. So it's not over. There's a few more things that could happen, but I have very little reason to believe that it's going to come together that way. And given the fact that we've already come out on the wrong side of one of those 50-50 matchups that we really needed earlier with Denver losing, it almost feels like it's not worth thinking about. There's a real chance that it's over before the end of this week of games, and it's hard to imagine that it holds up through week 18. So let's just be real about it. The Cardinals, they fought hard. They got down to the 5 yard line. They looked like they were going to go in and win. Everything looked like it was in their hands, under control, and thanks a lot to who's the guy who calls plays for Arizona, Petsing or whatever his name is, Drew Petsing, something like that. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Trey McBride, for not turning your damn head around. Stat padding piece of garbage. You can catch a million passes this season, but you can't get your head around to catch the one we actually need you to catch. And yeah, 13-9. And the thing that really hurts is that this Rams team has not been playing well for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of some pretty bad Rams football where they have squeaked by against lackluster teams, and we're not going to get to punish them for it because when they needed it, they went hog wild against the Bills. And credit to them for that. But this is a team that if Seattle got to play a winner take all game against next week, I would have thought had a chance because their offense just hasn't been right for 3 weeks now. They've been coasting entirely on their defense. And tonight, that was the case as well. They didn't run the ball very well. Stafford honestly played a bad game. He was very lucky. So many of his passes were dropped by defenders. He probably should have had 3 or 4 interceptions in this game. And Arizona, I mean, they had far more success moving the ball. They had almost 400 yards net from scrimmage. The Rams had like 250, something like that, right around 250, 260. And they make a mistake at the end there. Play caller screws up, should have run the ball. Trey McBride screws up, should have gotten his head around. And I mean, everything that happens after that's kind of bad luck. I mean, the ball bouncing up to where Witherspoon can pick it off is bad luck, but the stuff that got you to that point is not. It's just bad football. So, not terribly surprised. I mean, the Cardinals, that's a bad team, bad organization. Well, okay, bad's a little bit stretching it, but they are a bad organization. We know that, and can't count on them for much of anything. That's why they don't win anything. That's why they haven't won anything. That's why they never will win anything. because they suck. So thank you, Arizona. Your revenge against Seattle this year is, I guess, being so bad you couldn't find a way to win this game tonight. When LA was doing everything they could to try to hand it to you, couldn't do it. So, yeah, that to me, we got to be real about it. And look, if we get to Tuesday morning and things are still alive, I will talk about it and I will give the team a chance. But there's no guarantee of even that. And when you look at the things we need to go our way over the next, 8 or 9 days, it's a lot. It's just, I would say it's probably not worth obsessing over. You're better off just chilling out, coming back in a week or so, and then seeing if it happened or not. So, I'm sorry, guys. I wish I had better news. But, I mean, all I can do is deliver the news. I can't shape it. I can't form it. And the news is the Cardinals did not come through for us. However, that being said, I want to be very clear about something, and we'll talk more about this during the week, but I have every desire and every intention of wanting to see the Seahawks win this game next week. I want to beat the Rams. I want to get to 10 wins. I don't care if the Rams play backups. I don't care if we could get a slightly better draft pick if we lose. I don't care about that stuff. I don't like this Rams team. I don't appreciate the fact that we're here right now. I don't appreciate the fact that we let them back in, that we allowed them to go on this hot streak, because it's partially our fault, right? We could have won more games. We could have beaten them earlier in the season. There are things we could have done that could have prevented this exact scenario from playing out. And I'm not happy about it, and I don't want to lose another game to that team. I want to get to that 10th win. I want to beat the Rams in LA, even if they don't want the game. Even if they don't want the game, I want the game. I'm trying to build a winning culture here, and I'm going to tune in next week, and maybe I won't be quite as enthusiastic as I would have been if it were for a playoff spot, but I am tuning in next week, hoping for a win, and if they get the win, I will talk about it as earnestly as I can, give the team credit where I feel credit is appropriate, and go into the offseason knowing that Mike McDonald did manage to find an extra win from where Carroll had the team last year, and take that with however many grains of salt seem appropriate. So, it sucks. There is a little bit of bad luck involved in a team winning 10 games and not getting in, which is what Seattle would do if they do win next week and don't get in, but you can't control that. All you can do is control yourself, and we did leave some wins on the table this year. We could have beaten the Rams the first time, could have beaten the Giants back in week 5, maybe even beaten the Niners in week 6. There were opportunities here for us to do something about this. Of course, we should have won that stupid Vikings game. That's another good example of a game that just got away from us, and you let the Rams sneak in there and do it again. They snatch it from you, and all I can say is that, Sean McVay, your life will be much easier if you go to Amazon and you spend some time there doing some announcing, doing some analysis. It's cake. You'll make a lot of money, and you can come back into the league to coach, like, I don't know, the Dallas Cowboys in a couple years. But get out of my life. I'm sick of you, dude. I can't handle it. All right. So just wanted to go ahead and make a quick video about that, because that's going to be a hard one to overcome, man. That's going to be a hard one to overcome, and that one's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt, and we don't know if it would have mattered, but I would have liked to have played one more meaningful game this year, and we might not get it. See you guys later.